How's it going, YouTube? Raj here. Hope all of you out there are doing well. Today I've got a review for you on a fragrance from Guerlain, and this one is part of the Absolute, let me get this right, the Les Absolus d'Orient collection. And this one is called Encens Mythique. I believe it used to be called Encens Mythique d'Orient, I think, from memory. So I'm actually working off a sample that I got a very long time ago, which I've just cut. Well, I haven't even finished it, but I'm pretty much towards the end. And this particular one I'm talking about is when this fragrance used to exist in the older packaging and a much higher price point, and it came in these like rectangular bottles which had Arabic on them and different like gold patterns on it. The bottles look really cool. Now they are all part of the Les Absolus d'Orient collection, which I don't have a bottle of. I definitely would like to get a couple of them. So I don't have anything to show you, but what I can show you is kind of what you would get if imagine this was a bottle. So this is actually a candle, and this one is from, you probably won't see it there, but this is Santal Royal. So when I went to the Guerlain boutique, I actually got two of these. So this was in Paris, and if you buy from their store and you give them your name, what they do is that they track your purchases, and over a certain amount of time you get like points which maybe expire, I'm not sure, but when I went back to the store 2 years later, I had points from my purchases that I made 2 years ago. So I was able to get this candle and this candle for free, which is pretty cool actually. And the more you buy, the more points you accumulate. You can get like travel atomizers and eventually a full-size B bottle, but I guess you would have to spend quite a lot. So the notes for this one are fairly simple in terms of note breakdown. You've got frankincense, there is rose, there's this authentic ambergris from New Zealand. Also, aldehydes are mentioned on the Guerlain website. So for me, I feel like this is more of a, okay, so when it comes to gender in fragrance, you know, obviously anyone can wear anything, you know, but I do feel that certain fragrances, in my perception, will smell better on certain genders. And I think this one, I would prefer to smell this on a woman. I think it's a very beautiful fragrance. I wore it, you know, I've worn this sample almost to the end, and I've just got a little bit on me now, and I enjoy it. I do like the fragrance, but I still get the feeling that it is much more suitable for a woman, or I would prefer to smell it on a woman. It's a very pretty fragrance. It's a very soft, delicate fragrance, but also is kind of like musky as well, like soft white musk, like a skin, warm skin kind of effect. It is quite a touch exotic, but then also quite classic and quite French, you know, in that sense. So in that way. So yeah, performance is really good on my skin. It definitely pushes out, and Guerlain, you know, they often have fragrances that last a long time on your skin. Yeah, so I think it's more of an evening wear fragrance and almost a year-round fragrance. You know, I never wore this in hot weather, but I did wear it, you know, 3/4 of the year, shall we say, or when I was sampling this. And I've had this sample for a long time, and you know, I put it away for a few months, wore it, put it away, and now it's time to review this one. So what do I get from Encens Mythique, which I guess means mythical incense? Well, from the opening, you definitely get this light and airy frankincense note mixed in with this very pretty and moist rose, I would call it. It's very fresh and dewy and uplifting and very feminine, I would say. It's very beautiful. That's definitely another thing I would say. Also, and it's kind of joined in, I'm not a big fan of ambergris, like especially when you smell the real ambergris, which I haven't done actually. When I say real ambergris, I mean, what I actually meant to say is fragrances that have a higher concentration of ambergris, and some fragrances say that they contain the real thing. I don't have huge experience with like real, I don't know, tincture or essential, not I don't know how the extract of ambergris, I don't really know much about it, but whenever I found it to be one of the main notes in a fragrance, it's never really been my thing. This kind of reminds me in some ways to Amber Eternal, which is also part of this line, and it has a weird salty warm skin accord, which I just find a little bit peculiar and kind of like a body cream, like a body lotion, like a fragranced body lotion. And it really just adds to the vibe of this being a more feminine fragrance. To me, it just doesn't really work on my skin. I liked the rose. I thought the incense notes were in there were really nice, but the ambergris just doesn't really work on my skin. There's a slightly smoky effect that comes through later on in the fragrance. Not too long, you don't have to hang around too long for it, but actually it's quite nice. I really like this kind of smoky element, and it's a fragrance of nice contrast, and actually from a technical perspective, this is really well made. But from a on my skin perspective, not really for me. But I would love to smell this or be with a woman who sort of like regularly wears this. You know, you're going out to dinner, going out for drinks, and you're dressed in like really like classy outfit. This would go really, really nicely. Overall, I'm going to go with a rating of 7.5 out of 10. Guys, let me know, what do you think about this fragrance? What about others in this line? This used to be really expensive, and now it's part of the Les Absoluts d'Orient collection, and the prices are much lower. You get 125 ml bottles, and I think the price is maybe £150, I think. I'm not 100% sure. So there you go, guys. Check me out on Instagram if you're interested. Drop a like and a comment in this video, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.